If you are Neymar, then wrapping up another stretch of the season doesn't mean doing whatever other players call a break. He basically flips a switch and disappears into a system he's been building for years. Now, being back where it all started with Santos since January 2025, the pattern stays the same when the offseason arrives. Here is how Neymar spends his $100 million offseason. When the season ends, the noise gets loud, and Neymar heads somewhere he controls every detail. Not just a house or a getaway, it's an actual infrastructure designed around one thing: to keep his body working. And when you look at the numbers, it's clear this isn't some casual hobby. In late 2024 alone, he locked in a $26 million waterfront plot in Miami, signed for a $54.45 million Sky Mansion penthouse inside Dubai's Bugatti Residences, and, according to multiple reports, finalized the purchase of Japao Private Island for roughly $9 million after renting it at 50,000 euros a day just to test it properly. Add those to the Mangaratiba estate he bought back in 2016, and the nine-figure off-season is set. But the key thing here is this: it's not just flexing for the timeline. It's a billionaire footballer building recovery bases like other people build home gyms. The place that anchors all of this is Mangaratiba on Brazil's Green Coast. Technically, it's about an hour and a half from Rio. Realistically, once you pass the gates of the Portobello condominium, it feels like you left the planet. Neymar bought the 6-bedroom villa sitting on 2.5 acres back in 2016 for around $8.5 million. And even before he started upgrading it, this wasn't some empty shell. It already had an open-plan living and dining space big enough to seat 14 people comfortably, a modern kitchen with a breakfast bar, a floating staircase that looks like it belongs in a design magazine, a sauna, a dedicated massage room, a full gym, a billiards table, and a wine cellar built to hold 3,000 bottles. Outside, there is a swimming pool, oceanside jacuzzi, tennis court, beach volleyball setup, multiple patios, and a jetty so he could dock smaller boats. Most people would look at that and say they are done. Neymar looked at it and is just getting started. While sidelined with an ankle injury during the pandemic, he added an underground disco club, not because he needed somewhere to party publicly, but because if there were going to be parties, they were staying private. Then came the go-kart track. Then in the years after that, an artificial lake spanning about 1,000 square meters was created, plus extra sports courts layered into the property. That lake construction led to a $3.3 million environmental fine in 2023 for work done without full permits. By 2024, court rulings cleared continued use, and Neymar kept moving. In June 2025, he bought the neighboring house from DJ Marlboro for roughly $3.5 million at the time, pushing the compound's estimated value north of $13.5 million. And here's where it gets interesting. The helipad isn't there just to look impressive in drone shots. It means family or a medical team can land directly on the property without anyone snapping photos at an airport. The private marina isn't just aesthetic either. He can step onto his Azimuth yacht, bought secondhand in 2012 for around $8 million, and name Nadine after his mother, and vanish onto the water for the day. That level of control matters when your career has included more surgeries than most fans can even list from memory. After his 2018 foot surgery, he flew straight there from Paris. His longtime physiotherapist, Rafael Martini, ran daily sessions on site. The massage room is scheduled and structured, part of a plan that repeated after later injuries. Then there's the option for when even that isn't isolated enough. Japao Private Island in Angra dos Reis takes privacy and turns it up to maximum. Angra has 365 islands scattered through the bay, and this one spans 6 acres. Reports in October 2024 said Neymar had been renting it first, paying 50,000 euros per day to experience it properly before committing. He didn't impulse buy, he tested every corner. The Canadian owner reportedly dropped the asking price by more than $3 million to close quickly, and Neymar completed the purchase for roughly $9 million. Access is strictly by boat or helicopter, and from Rio's International Airport, it's about 35 minutes in the air. No random car pulling up, no unexpected visitors. Once you're there, it's one group at a time, fully exclusive. The main villa leans into Indonesian design, which immediately shifts the mood from Brazilian coastline to something closer to a Balinese retreat. There are 2 suites in the primary house, a koi pond adding that calm, almost meditative feel, and 3 sea view bungalows that together let up to 10 people stay comfortably. Private chefs and full staff, everything is handled. But again, this isn't just about lounging in a hammock for Instagram. For someone who has spent chunks of seasons in hospitals and rehab rooms, that level of controlled calm is strategic. During the rental period, Neymar reportedly mapped out how recovery weeks would function there, where the equipment would go, how sessions would flow, what days would look like. Then he bought it. On a private island, paparazzi boats don't just wander close without being seen. The perimeter is natural and the schedule is his. Travel between these spots, or from Santos training in 2025 and 2026, happens on his own clock with his private helicopters. In 2016, he bought a Cessna Citation Sovereign, a 2008 model upgraded for longer range and registered through his marketing company. Earlier, he ran an Embraer Phenom 100 from 2011. Social media posts in early 2026 showed him with a Dassault Falcon 900LX, a tri-engine jet valued at around $52 million when new and capable of true intercontinental legs without refueling stops that eat into rest time. For shorter hops, he keeps an Airbus H145 helicopter, custom interior done with Mercedes-Benz touches, bought after an earlier EC130 model from 2013. The helicopter can lift off from Mangaratiba and land on the island or at the Dubai penthouse once that building finishes in 2027. The Dubai purchase, signed in November 2024 for $54.45 million, is a Sky Mansion penthouse in the Bugatti Residences in Business Bay. It includes a private car elevator that drops his vehicle straight into the unit, a private swimming pool with downtown skyline views, and the full building amenities once open. The Miami plot closed in October 2024 for $26 million on a 0.6-acre lot in gated Bal Harbor with 150 feet of water frontage, is zoned for a 13,000-square-foot house that London firm Elikion is designing. These 2 international pieces give him bases near the leagues he has played in and the ones rumors keep linking him to, all while keeping the travel friction near zero. The cars parked at each property fill out the picture. Over the years, the fleet has included a Maserati MC12, one of only 50 ever made, a Ferrari 458 Italia, Lamborghini models including the rare Veneno in some reports, multiple Audis, a Porsche Panamera Turbo, and others that together sit north of $20 million. Recovery itself follows protocols that top clubs use but scaled to private life. Neymar has documented hyperbaric oxygen chambers that increase oxygen delivery to tissues after heavy sessions. He has used cryosauna sessions, whole-body cold exposure that cuts inflammation, Normatec-style pressotherapy boots, the ones that combine compression and massage to flush lactic acid and swelling, have been in his routine since at least the Barcelona days and traveled with him. When he is at Mangaratiba or the island the team flies in or stays on site, turning the gym and pool into an extension of hospital-grade rehab, low-impact pool work, targeted strength on the machines, massage, then rest with ocean sounds instead of hospital beeps. After the 2023 ACL and meniscus surgery that kept him out most of the following season, and the minor knee procedure in December 2025 that had him back in the Santos gym by early January 2026, the estates simply make that standard permanent. Elite footballers who last into their mid-30s do this because the calendar is unforgiving. A commercial flight means hours in airports, security lines, and crowds that drain mental energy before the body even starts rehab. Private wings and helipads remove those variables. A public gym or hotel spa means photos, questions, and distractions. A private compound with its own lake, courts, and medical rooms keeps the focus on the next session. The staff, chefs, and equipment on call mean nutrition and treatment never miss a beat. Neymar's career has included more than a dozen major injuries since 2014. Each time the return timeline shortened when he could isolate in places built for exactly that. When the off-season clock starts, Whether after the Brazilian league winds down or during international breaks, the pattern repeats. Land the jet, hop the helicopter if needed, settle into whichever property fits the week's plan. Morning blood work and physio, pool or gym work calibrated to the latest scans, afternoon rest on the water or in the hyperbaric chamber, evening meal prepared to exact macros by the resident chef. No hotel check-ins, no training ground commutes, no explaining to strangers why the knee needs another ice session. The people around him, from his father who has long handled business to the medical crew that has followed for years, operate inside the same bubble. Everything stays measured, repeatable, and protected. That is the practical side of what looks like pure luxury from the outside. The Dubai penthouse with its Bugatti branding and private pool is an investment that will sit ready. The Miami property is also there, and the Brazilian cluster, now expanded with the island and the extra Mangaratiba house, makes him feel at home and anchors the recovery that has kept him playing past 34. He extended his Santos contract through the end of 2026, and in February 2026, interviews said he is taking the year as it comes, open to retirement at the close of the calendar if the body says enough. Until then, the machine he built keeps running. The jets, the helipads, the chambers, the chefs, the courts, the total privacy, all exist. So the minutes and hours add up to extra games, extra seasons, extra millions earned, while the body still answers the call. Most players dream of a quiet beach week after a long campaign. Neymar engineered an entire network of them, wired for performance. He steps off the jet, the gates close behind him, and the work of getting ready for the next one begins in a place designed from the ground up to make that work easier. That is the off-season at this level. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out this video here